afternoon. Welcome to UB News with me, Maureen Babidie, on this Tuesday, the 8th of July, 2025. Now, in our first report, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni is expected to officiate at the groundbreaking ceremony of road construction works for Bukasa Sentema Kakiri Road in Wakiso District. The 14-kilometer road starts from Mengo Bulange in Kampala to Sentema and Kakiri in Wakiso, and it's expected to reduce the jam on the Hoima Road. The residents of Bukasa Sentema are already in high morale to receive the president. Has called on BRICS nations to prioritize environmental protection and climate change mitigation for future generations. In a speech delivered by Vice President Jessica Alupo at the 17th BRICS Summit in Brazil, President Museveni stressed balancing fossil fuel development with sustainable practices. He welcomed BRICS' focus on climate issues ahead of the COP30 and urged members to lead global efforts on climate finance, green energy and health funding. Highlighting COVID-19's lessons, President Museveni appealed for renewed solidarity in pandemic preparedness and vaccine production, reaffirming Uganda's commitment to BRICS partnerships on health and environment. We have the details.
Uganda is proud to be part of BRICS and to attend this 17th summit as a partner state. It is a great milestone for Uganda. My country enjoys warm relations with the BRICS member states and partner states and has got a lot in common with them. Uganda will therefore find a comfortable place in BRICS and is ready and committed to make a contribution to achieve the goals of BRICS. Your Excellency, the evolving global realities in the socio-economic and political realms pose immense challenges to the international community. Today, we are witnessing growing unilateral tendencies, escalating in the use of force, a diminishing role of diplomacy, increased polarization in world trade, loss of confidence in international law and institutions, the unregulated use of artificial intelligence, all which endanger global aspirations for peace, security, stability, and development. It is in times like this that the BRICS framework becomes the hope of the international community, especially the global south. Uganda strongly believes that BRICS will not only create opportunities to be honest, but will also go a long way in holding hopes of nations and people who believe in multilateralism, fair and equitable trade, global governance, sovereign equality of nations, and respect for international law. At the heart of BRICS, Your Excellency, is the desire for sustainable and balanced economic growth and development, access to capital for investment and infrastructure development, fair and equitable international trade are therefore of paramount importance, and Uganda welcomes the strong commitment by BRICS to address this issue. As the world faces growing tendencies of unilateralism, reforms in the international political and economic architecture are crucial. It is through reforms in global governance that international peace, security, and development can be guaranteed. Your Excellency, calls for reforms of the UN Security Council and the international financial architecture therefore need to be amplified and supported by BRICS. The countries of the global south, many of whom are developing economies, seek opportunities for investments, capital and trade within the BRICS membership. This will help address their economic and commercial needs, as well as expand their potential to meaningfully integrate in the global economy. Uganda fully supports the BRICS leaders' declaration on the global governance, peace and security. We welcome concerted efforts on the governance of artificial intelligence as well as the progress made in the establishment of the new development bank. I wish to end by registering Uganda's gratitude to the Republic of Brazil, for the invitation to attend this summit. And I also wish to reiterate Uganda's readiness to work with all the members.
Thank you so much for that report. Now, the Uganda Human Rights Commission has begun reviewing the 148 recommendations accepted by Uganda during the 2022 Universal Periodic Review under the United Nations framework. Speaking at a press conference held at Estella Country Hotel, officials emphasized the importance of citizen participation in the human rights monitoring process. They encouraged Ugandans to report any instances of human rights abuses or violations across the country. We have the details.
The Universal Periodic Review is a United Nations mechanism through which the human rights records of all 193 United Nations member states are reviewed every 4 to 5 years. It offers a platform for each country to assess its human rights situation, receive constructive feedback, and take steps to improve. Mariam Wangadia, the chairperson Uganda Human Rights Commission, highlighted key areas addressed in previous recommendations as the country prepares for its 4th cycle of review.
Let me remind you of a few key ones Uganda committed to. As a country, we committed to the following: to ratify the International Labour Organization Convention on Domestic Workers. We committed to fully operationalize the National Action Plan on Human Rights. We committed to strengthen protection for children against sexual exploitation and online abuse. We committed to enhance judicial independence and reduce case backlogs. We also committed to increase legal protections for persons with disabilities and albinism.
The Universal Periodic Review is a critical process for Uganda. It provides a platform to assess human rights record, identify gaps, and receive valuable input from fellow United Nations member states, and enhances accountability, encourages progress in human rights protection. Ruth Sechindi, Director for Monitoring and Inspections, Uganda Human Rights Commission, provided updates on the implementation of some recommendations accepted in 2022, noting that the Commission is closely engaging with various ministries and departments to ensure full compliance and follow-through.
The Uganda Human Rights Commission has put in place a number of mechanisms to monitor the human rights compliance before, during and after the 2026 general elections. And this involves working with civil society, working with government. We have embarked on training security agencies, including police and the UPDF. The other that we have used is we are coming up with a database and a system, online system, where anyone around the country can report.
As government agencies implement the recommendations, it's vital that human rights are respected in every aspect of governance. The Universal Periodic Review mechanism offers us a framework to ensure that areas where rights are lacking are addressed promptly and effectively. Nals Wawini, reporting for UBC.
Thank you so much. Now, in another development, minding about the environment and hygiene is key to prevent the contraction of infections that come with poor hygiene. This was communicated by experts in health during a health meeting with residents in villages that make up Rubaga Division. Dr. Nachito Rose Nkwanju, the head infections at Rubaga Hospital, emphasized the importance of washing hands and the consequences of poor hygiene. We have the details.
Which has the infections. We are talking about like the linen day. We talk about infections that can be transmitted by putting on contaminated clothes. We emphasize going on, you are buying, you are fitting, you are not taking another will fit. This can be prevented by the individual to decide. How do I buy the new clothes? You buy the new clothes, first wash it. because you don't know who put it first, who put on that clothes first. Our own body, when they are passing outside the body, then they pick up germs that can cause infections. The infection starts with ourselves, people who are next to you, then extends into the community.
Women behind here contract diseases from the clothes we offer them, and as well we also contract diseases in the way they prepare our clothes. So, in today's sensitization, in the Linen Day celebrations, we've equipped them with knowledge in a better way to use PPEs. We've equipped them with knowledge so that they are able to use the PPEs, including the head caps.
First
could be one, the detergents they're using in particular. That and they don't know how to use them. Then two, they're not willing to learn. Then three could be as in the kind of work that they do. They're not able to distinguish which product is good for me or for my hands.
But someseza bulungi nnyo bw'oyinza okwesabika sabuni ono natakukosa ngalo batuyigiriza engatto z'olina okwambala bwe zirina okubeera batuyigiriza engeri ezo zikuuma ne bw'oluba luddugala toyinza kumala galusuulaawo wansi olw'okuba nti kasoma alukoze eki alukuwadde nga luddugala.
We are going to do this training to engage them from the community, and at the end of the day we have told them by the end of this year we want them to establish a community laundry. We are going to support them in getting better clients. We are going to support them in packaging them in the dress code. That is, we are going to be providing with the necessary PPE. And we are going to engage our stakeholders to, for example, someone can offer a machine to them.
Now, from matters to do with health, we take you to Shema District, where the Shema District Interim Chairperson's Office has issued a strong appeal to all party candidates and their supporters to uphold peace, harmony and discipline as election campaigns gather momentum across the country. We have the details.
The Coordinator Office of the NRM Chairperson, Shema District, Arinda Brighton, has urged aspirants to uphold the party's values throughout the election process.
This is a family, NRM is a family, we are one family, we are not supposed to fight, and we are looking for leaders to lead us in our family. So whoever is selected as NRM family, I would wish all NRM supporters to be comfortable with whoever will be selected, and after that, we shall follow that person.
At Muzila Playground in Chanjenyi Sub-County, LC5 Chairperson aspirants joint campaign rally. Party officials emphasized peaceful engagements.
Campaign is peaceful.
At Muzila Playground, the incumbent LC5 Chairperson, Jemima Buhanda, credited strong collaboration with government. Challenger Edgar Mkundane pledged to lobby for a theatre at Muzila Health Center and roads upgrade. Other candidates for the district top job include Kabarokole Winnie and Kano Atukwase Stephen. Joseph Chigozigola for UBC News.
Thank you so much, Joseph. Now, relatedly, youth in Moroto have received hand-skilling machines as the NRM primary joint campaign gears up in Karamoja sub-region. The youth was supplied by the incumbent Adome Francis Lorika, the Moroto municipality MP runner 2025-26.
As National Resistance Movement NRM gears up for primaries joint campaign, today in Moroto Municipality, Honorable Adome Francis Lorika, who is the incumbent, empowered youths with hand-skilling machines. He supplied washing machines to all the washing bays in Moroto Municipality.
We thank Honorable Adome to support us, to give us a machine for washing bay. Now, and this mobile city is going to remain as like the city of Adome Marble City.
Among other equipments, he also gave them slashing machines, bricklaying machines, and Honorable Adome Francis Lorika had this to say.
Good afternoon. My name is Adome Francis Lorika, the MP Moroto Municipality. I've actually been rolling out my program. Initially, I'd managed to cluster youth into interest groups, especially dealing with the skills. Most of them have been skilled from the industrial hub in a park, that government program that is run by the President's office. Most of them have been acquainted with skills, but they didn't have equipment. Yeah, so I've come in to close that gap to give them equipment. We've been moving around, especially guys who are hands-on, like people who are working in washing bays. We've been giving them machines. We've also been giving them block making machines, and we still have a lot to. So this is a program mainly to empower the youth, those that are skilled and clustered into interest groups. We have those ones who have been loitering around, who have dropped out of school and they have nothing to do. So I'm only giving them an alternative.
The race in Moroto Municipality has the incumbent, Honorable Adome Francis Lorika, Angela Fred, and Pulkol Esther Loshomin. For UBC News, I am Opong Jehoshaphat Jones in Moroto.
Trinity College Nabingo is harnessing the power of arts to tackle climate change. Through a Greening Schools themed performance, students showcased creative messages on the environment and corruption. Amid ongoing salary debates, the event also highlighted the value of arts education in shaping talent and driving real-world impact.
Statistics at the Ministry of Water and Environment show that 90% of the households rely on wood fuel for energy. Trinity College Nabingo organized a performing arts ceremony on greening schools to create awareness among youth in addressing climate change.
This is one of the ways land has been misused. We have abused nature, and so it is getting back to us. No swamps, no forests, no wilderness to accommodate the water. There are buildings everywhere. I think you've heard the girls mentioning it, and even emphasizing it. Factories have replaced nature. Children of this generation have not got a chance of learning the various world species naturally. Many species have faced extinction from the natural environment. We uplift the new curriculum, which is hands-on. It compels learners to do more research.
Of recent, arts teachers expressed dissatisfaction over lower salaries compared to sciences. This was a key topic during the speeches, where speakers highlighted arts and talent.
My official job as an accountant, can you imagine I've been to the White House twice? And I think I've toured the US. I know the US more than the average American. Yes. But to do what? To dance. So don't despise anything that you're doing here. Give it your all. Find out what you're good at and give it your all.
At the end of the performances that were full of greening messages and fight on corruption, students from various houses awaited their results. One is seen in tension as adjudicators read results of their houses. Cecilia House emerged overall winner of the contest. I'm Bantu Machabe Semambo and Moses Kasibanti for UBC.
Thank you so much, and you're still watching UBC Lunchtime News with me, Maureen Babidie. We'll take a break and return with more stories.
Living Legends and MTN presents one of Uganda's greatest entertainers. Mama Halima Namakula. Celebrating 50 years in the creative arts and 25 years in philanthropy. Get ready for an unforgettable night with special and magical moments at the Kampala Serena Hotel, happening on the 26th of July. Tickets available on Momo at 150k VIP and 3 million for a table. Dial *165 *20 hash to get your ticket. The Living Legends Gala is powered by and MTN. Together, we're unstoppable.
You got us on your wallet. Bobby, again! What's this drama?
Drama? Colleagues, elections for special interest groups are calling. SIGs, elections, youth, PWDs, elderly. It's time to vote for our leaders. June through August. From village to parish to district to nationals. Youth, PWDs, elderly. It's time, go vote your leaders. No! F-bomb-B! Elections are supposed to be peaceful. Easy vote, okay?
Youth, elderly, and persons with disabilities. It's time to choose our leaders. Let's show up and participate in the special interest group elections. Starting June through August this year. Your vote, your voice. My vote, my voice. This message is brought to you by the Uganda Electoral Commission.
Parents and caregivers, remember to immunize your children 9 times from birth to 18 months to protect them against vaccine-preventable diseases such as measles, rubella, polio, pneumonia, hepatitis B, tuberculosis, tetanus, meningitis, yellow fever, diarrhea, whooping cough, diphtheria, and malaria. All vaccines used for immunization are safe, effective, and free. This message is from the Ministry of Health with support from UNICEF, WHO, and partners.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the Rider Selection Campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www.riders.hgo.com. Complete your registration now for a chance to win exciting prizes including motorcycles, exclusive HGO gift boxes, and official rider vests, all while promoting safe riding awareness. This is how to participate. Pay the registration fee, invite 3 friends to form a team of 4, and your registration fee will instantly be refunded. Begin your journey of honor today. Don't miss this opportunity. Join the challenge, promote road safety, and become a pioneer rider. For details, visit the official Good Products website at www.hgo.com or call toll-free 0800-335-555 or visit our offices at Kingdom Kampala 3rd floor to register now and win prizes worth millions.
1, 2, Timana. Zika. Hey, the Tuja Peta, Mr. Boss. Begin
am so excited to be here in Kobalo, Arua. We've gotten our second winner from this place. All he had to do was to download the caller tune. He's a young gentleman. Convincing him that he's the actual winner was actually not easy.
I never believed in calls that could come to me anyhow because I was always a lot of scammers. But later when I confirmed, it was true. And I'm really happy I have received my bag.
All you have to do is dial *170 *12 hash and download the caller tune. Digida with MTN caller tunes. Owangule.
It's a FlexiPay cashback explosion. Shop and pay with your FlexiPay. Cashback instant. It's a FlexiPay cashback explosion.
It's a FlexiPay cashback explosion. Simply shop and pay with your FlexiPay at activating outlets and enjoy instant cashbacks. Terms and conditions apply. Stanbic Bank is regulated by the Bank of Uganda and customer deposits are protected by the Deposit Protection Fund up to 10 million Uganda shillings.
Welcome back from the break and now into our business stories. The Uganda Revenue Authority has surpassed its revenue collection target for the 2024-25 financial year by a remarkable 263.4 billion Uganda shillings, marking a significant achievement in domestic resource mobilization. With an ambitious target of 31.369 trillion Uganda shillings, many considered this an uphill task. But according to URA Commissioner General John Musinguzi, the tax body took the bull by the horns and registered a performance rate of 100.84%. Our Dennis Sigowa reports.
At the URA headquarters in Kampala, John Musinguzi, the Commissioner General URA, attributed the record-breaking collections to improved taxpayer compliance and the continued growth of Uganda's economy.
The net revenue collected in the same financial year, 24-25, was 31,631 billion, achieving a performance of 100.84%, with a gross surplus of 262.43 billion, above target. This resulted into a revenue growth of 15.86%, and in absolute numbers, a growth of 4,330 billion compared to the previous financial year.
During the 2024-2025 financial year, domestic tax collections amounted to Uganda shillings 22.1 trillion, translating to 100.6% of the target and resulting in a surplus of Uganda shillings 131.7 billion shillings. International trade taxes also posted a surplus, outperforming the collections recorded in the previous financial year.
This performance was driven by a stable and resilient economy, by improved administrative measures, but also by a stronger cooperation and contribution from our very patriotic taxpayers.
Looking ahead, Uganda Revenue Authority has set a new revenue target of Uganda shillings 36.7 trillion for the 2025-2026 financial year, an increase of 5.3 trillion shillings from the previous financial year.
The growth in the financial year 2020-21 was 2.5 trillion. The following year, 21-22, was 2.4 trillion. The year that followed, 2020-2023, was 3.5 trillion. Last year had the lowest growth, year-on-year growth, but it was still 2.09 trillion. And this last financial year, 24-25, the growth was 4.33 trillion. the highest growth in the last 5 years.
Dennis Igoa, UBC.
Thank you so much, Dennis. Now, in a major push to eliminate exploitation by middlemen in the Boda Boda industry, the United Boda Boda Riders Cooperative Union has begun dispatching cheap-to-buy motorcycles to riders across the country. The launch event took place at the union's head office in Kansanga. Have a look.
For riders like David Ndaula from Chiboga district, this is a game changer. Boda riding pays his children's school fees and keeps the home running. But some companies that loan motorcycles have proved a menace to them. By the time one ends completing payment, a Boda costs as much as Uganda shillings 12 million, leaving them with no savings. Boda Union seeks to reverse this unbecoming trend.
Tugenda kwebaka kutulo tetukolera ku pressure nnyo n'okunyuka omuntu onyuke saa 12 ogamba wawayi zenkoze zikola ki zimala ogende waka era nga waliwo kofi kogenzeeko nako nawe abaana bakutikkule ku kantu akaveera.
Under its new credit arrangement, motorcycles will be accessible to riders at around Uganda shillings 7 million, nearly half of what men have been paying under exploitative financing.
We have officially started our project of giving out motorcycles to our riders at 7 million, and they have only deposited 250,000. They have usually been paying 1 million, 1.2 million to receive a motorcycle. They have been selling their land to receive motorcycles on loan. But now, today we have officially started a program, a project which will help our members secure their land. They cannot sell now their land to get motorcycles on loan.
Faba boda boda tubadde n'okunyigirizibwa kunene nnyo okusinziira ku mbeera gye tubadde tuyitamu nga okulabirira family olemerwa n'okulemerwa n'oyagala odduke mu maka olw'ensonga nti toyina ogenze mu piki ya looni tubadde mu malooni nga ga bbeeyi amaka gabanjibwa abamu tupangisa amayumba wetubeera wetukolera kati n'ogenda okwejjuukiriza nga toyina ku ofiisa naye omukisa gwe tufunye mu Boda Boda Union gyotuleetedde nti piki ya kusasula akasente akawansi ddala ng'ate ne deposit kyenkana bakuwadde buwi nti tuweeyo kuteekayo akatontono.
Motorcycles have already been dispatched to riders in Chiboga district, Mokono and Jinja among others, with the distribution expected to continue across the country in the coming weeks.
We have officially launched the giving out of motorcycles to our members because we started a program of the union of giving motorcycles to our riders at the cheapest price possible because they had a problem of being overcharged by the rich people, the middlemen who who have entered our business.
Crispus Arinitwe, UBS News.
Now, the Minister of State for Children and Youth Affairs, Honorable Balam Barugahara, has implored youth to be frontliners and innovators towards driving change and leading Africa towards a greener future. While launching the 12th GBEP aimed at reducing the 85% Ugandans who still rely on traditional biomass for cooking that affects the environment, Balam cautioned the youth to harness the power of bioenergy to improve livelihoods, transform economies, and reduce emissions. We have the details.
Or by roasting, and then you keep it over longer weeks in the house. So every time you want to eat it, you just pick a piece, but preserved by that smoke of the firewood, which has quite a lot of dangers. Like our people are getting cancer, our people are getting chest pain, our people are getting different things because of inhaling that bad smoke. So it is essential in Uganda that we change the narrative. The 85% of our population who are still dependent on the traditional biomass of cooking needs to change to this new technology, which will save our ecosystem, which will save our health, which will save quite a lot. This continues to be very adverse impact of our forest. For instance, I'll give you an example. In Bunyoro, we had so many forests, but as economies grow, people have planted sugarcane. people are planting food. People are planting maize plantations. So the forests have reduced. So what shall we use to cook? Now we are encroaching on the tradition, our biggest forest, Budongo, to look for firewood. But it is not enough. The population is growing. Maybe 20 years ago, we were less than 20 million Ugandans. As of the last census, we are over 45 million Ugandans. The energy needs and the more stomachs you have in a home is the more food you need to cook. And
now, still relatedly, the Ministry of Energy, in collaboration with its partners, has officially launched the 12th Global Bioenergy Partnership Bioenergy Week in a concerted effort to champion clean cooking solutions and sustainable energy development. The event brought together key stakeholders to address the urgent need for clean energy alternatives such as biogas and biofuels, aiming to reduce environmental pollution and mitigate climate-related impacts.
As high as 85%. However, it's well understood that the traditional biomass use in its current form is neither sustainable nor safe. During the 28th United Nations Climate Change Conference that took place in Dubai, United Arab Emirates, I rallied fellow leaders and introduced the term phase down against those who are supporting the phase out of fossil fuels. We cannot talk of just an inclusive transition with phase out. Africa needs to harness all its energy resources sustainably and get funds to support energy access and other development needs. I would like to therefore to introduce the same term to this conference, even for biomass energy. The emphasis should be on ensuring sustainability and equality.
When you look at our energy transition plan, we have an energy, the government has put through the Ministry of Energy, has put in place an energy transition plan to guide us on how we can move out of our current energy mix to a better, diversified and secure, reliable energy system 2030, 2040, 2050 into the future.
To us, these are so critical because, as you know, Uganda is mainly an agricultural country, producing all sorts of crops, but in particular, for purposes of this program, crops that can generate energy, ethanol, and ethanol for cooking, ethanol.
Thank you so much. And now that brings us to the very end of this afternoon's bulletin on this 8th of July 2025. My name is Maureen Babidie, but as always, do not forget to catch us on UBC Lero at 7 p.m. and at 8 and 10 p.m. on UBC Tonight. Good afternoon.